This podcast is brought to you by Al Jazeera.
Coming up in today's program, art for the brave in New Zealand, India's art on wheels, and integrating through music in Belgium. But first, Artsworld travels to Ghana to get an insider's perspective on the country's art scene.
Hello and welcome to Artsworld. My name is Okuya Mindful, but here in Accra, Ghana, I'm known as Black Coffee. I'm a local TV presenter, and let me tell you something about my people, Ghanaians. We love color and we love style. This can be seen in the clothes that we wear and the pieces of art that we create. In fact, it can even be seen in the way that we celebrate our funerals.
These coffins have become a unique art form in Ghana, and there's something for everyone. Your choice of coffin is tailor-made to take you to a better life. So, if you didn't get it right the first time round, then here's your second chance. Eric Kpakpo has been a carpenter for several years.
I'm really enjoying it. If you are not appreciating what you are doing, no one will enjoy you. More people come asking about it. It shows that people are more interested.
There was a Ghanaian man who was a carpenter, and I guess he just thought this was a creative, interesting thing to do, and it caught on. And so people would come to Accra. It became part of the tourist scene. The original guy who started died in the 1990s, but his children have kept it up.
It tells a story. That is our culture as a Ghanaian. No matter our forefathers thought, whatever you are doing in life, when you die, you still continue the next journey.
If you were an important carpenter, if you were an important teacher, then one of the ways we show respect and honor and gratitude to you for your work as a teacher is to bury you in a pen.
Ni Soa's father is being buried next week. He came from a long line of carpenters, so the family decided a carpentry tool was the obvious choice.
I chose this saw because it comes from a long tradition of carpenters. It's a way to honor and respect him.
Well, I think it's to honor the living because the way in which a funeral is done shows the caliber of the people who are living. If it's poorly done, it means that they didn't think much of you, the person who died. And if it's well done, it means they thought very highly of you, and therefore they went to all the lengths to ensure that your funeral was one that you deserved. It looked good. Although many Ghanaians today don't necessarily believe in the afterlife in that sense, immediately you die, you are going to a second world. We still believe in the importance of sending you off in a grand fashion. When it comes to funeral cloth, that we can say is truly Ghanaian. Colors are important in Ghana. You do blues and whites for happy occasions, and you do browns, reds, and blacks for funerals. It's about honoring and respecting the dead as a way of showing gratitude to that person for what he did for his community whilst he was alive.
In the Aktupai clan, when someone dies, we wear red, like this one. So yesterday, when we buried him, we wore red. The old man has lived to a good age, and we are happy the Lord has come to call him and didn't let him suffer too much.
Some families are choosing to do black and white if the person is old. So say a patriarch dies at 90, he's lived life well, his children are successful, then they are mourning him, but they are also happy for a life well led. And so the way that they show that is to combine the black with the white. Funerals mean very different things to other West Africans. Nigerians, for example, who are fairly ostentatious, think our funerals are elaborate and ridiculous. So there's something about the ways in which Ghanaians appreciate funerals that allows us to incorporate these coffin arts into our funeral ceremonies quite comfortably.
The reason why sometimes I feel sad is, and I'm seeing after doing all these things, then they put in the ground.
While the families pay their last respects, Eric gets busy with his next commission. It's his favorite model, a Mercedes-Benz, a car to dream of in life or death.
That's excellent. Okay. Carvings have a rich tradition here in Ghana, but we usually stick to wood. In New Zealand, people are choosing to have their faces carved in, using traditional tattooing methods of bone chiseling. For some, it's a way to reaffirm their Maori roots, at a time when Maori designs are being used by everybody.
And they're all like this.
New Zealand Māori Joseph Takuta wears tā moko, the ancient Māori tattoo, a symbol of cultural pride and renaissance.
With moko, it's a cultural connection to your ancestors and to the people around you and to your own tribal connection.
Moko designs are universal to all tribes, with only small regional differences.
What it shows is unity. There is a common denominator that unites all of us. Because it doesn't matter which iwi you go to, which hapu you go to, you find that there's a basic template to the moko. Nice moko.
The designs represent genealogy. They're based on Māori values and philosophies, rather than a specific meaning for each line or spiral.
We as people, anything and everything we do is inspired by atua. What's atua? Something that takes your breath away. Can be a woman, can be a waterfall. I don't think what it's not a god.
Today, Joseph is having parts of his 8-year-old moko recoloured, some with the tattoo gun, but later today it'll be cut with a traditional bone chisel called uhi.
There is nothing else left that we can solely have that's ours. You can hop in a plane that's got a Māori design on it. You can buy a t-shirt. You can virtually do anything Māori without being one. But putting a moko on your face sets you apart from everyone else.
Joseph works as an anti-violence counsellor for a Māori health organisation.
Before moko, it was very gang affiliated. Violence, drugs, alcohol, you name it. We had it, and I lived it fully. And then I started going back to where I came from, back to Tūhoi and to my people, and culturally starting to be a part of that.
One more, hold it, yours. Coming back from the other side, hold it. My spirit, my wairua, is always satisfied, fulfilled when I do moko. That's what will keep me vigorous, vibrant and alive.
Chaz is not just a moko artist, he's also a carver who teaches Māori art and design at Auckland University of Technology. Doing moko has been passed down through his genealogy.
Even from a young age, it's always fascinated and it's always been part of my life, so it's something that really was just going to be natural progression.
Today, Chaz will use his carving skills to add to Joseph's moko. For the first time, he'll use a traditional uhi, chisel, like his ancestors, to cut Joseph's face and preserve the tattoo.
The blade itself is made from bird bone, from the wing bone of an albatross or torua. That's probably sharp enough. We're going to clean it and then we'll use it.
Moko virtually disappeared after colonisation by the British in the 1800s. This is a reclaiming of identity by young and old, men and women who've earned the right to wear moko.
You've got to be active in the community. You should be somebody teaching young people about the values of the moko on all sorts of different levels, whether in areas of health and education and all of that. And I think that's what makes people eligible. That felt like a...
But around the world, many non-Māori have taken on these designs as tattoo.
They're not actually prepared to understand what the philosophies are, why we do it as people. It really is based around the images, the aesthetic that supports the ego. Yeah. That's why I have a problem with it.
The moko renaissance requires rewriting the rules of an ancient practice for modern times, and even the practitioners are learning from the past.
The first time I've used an uhi on anyone's face, and it's totally different. It's got a different feel, it's got a whole different sense, a whole different way to have a spirit to it, compared to a machine. Because I guess it's what the old people were doing, then it's a little bit closer to that.
The nearly lost art of Māori tā moko is now back in pride of place, in the hearts and on the faces of the Indigenous people of Aotearoa, New Zealand.
After the break, we'll visit India to see how a truck gets an extreme makeover. I tell you, this is even more elaborate than most wedding preparations. Welcome back to Artsworld. Our Ghanaian painters love bright colors. That's a trait they share with their counterparts in India. In our next story, we discovered, though, that right now in India, not all artists are painting on canvas. Some are painting on trucks. Have a look.
Make way for Rana, one of over 5 million trucks that regularly crisscross India, ferrying goods to different corners of the country. On most days, Rana, meaning the king of the road, has a heavy load. But today is different. Today, Rana's getting a facelift. It's an early start for the man in charge of this extreme truck makeover. Shamsher Singh and his wife Rajendra Kaur have been making a living decorating trucks for more than 6 years now. They enjoy the challenge, although it's not always easy, as the design projects can be as elaborate as arranging a bridal shower. Shamsher oversees a team of artists. Some are in charge of painting traditional motifs, while others are trained in preparing radium-based glow prints of popular designs.
This work is one of aesthetic beauty. The joy of working in this field is something else altogether. Not only does it excite me immensely, it doesn't tire me out either. My work is my inspiration.
After Shamsher is done, it's time for Rajendra to add a high-tech element. Computerization has caused a significant shift in the aesthetic of truck art, where once it was all about the rustic old-world charm of hand painting. Now, trucks sport a more contemporary look. And while most of it is still about the art, there is a practical element too.
Long distance drivers mostly drive in the night. So if we put radium glow prints, it doesn't just decorate the truck, it also alerts drivers to oncoming trucks.
As well as practical, truck art can also be political.
The sticker that I am cutting is of Shahid Bhagat Singh. He laid down his life fighting the British imperialists, giving our nation hard-fought freedom.
Public health and HIV awareness is another area where truck art is making inroads.
I think truck art as a medium can be extremely powerful. There is a lot of messaging around family planning with trucks. But for some reason, HIV hasn't got the same level of response. And I suspect it's because it has a lot to do with sexuality and morality and all of that.
Back at the workshop, Rana's makeover is complete. And it's time for Vinod to add some final touches. He checks every detail. After all, it isn't just his vehicle, it's his faithful companion on the road.
I spent each day and night 24 hours in this truck for at least 11 months in a year. I have one house in the village and this is my second home.
In our next story, we look at how music can bridge communities. In Belgium, a youth center was set up to help immigrants deal with issues of integration and to boost their self-esteem. But in fact, there was so much musical talent there that the fanfare kids, as they are known, have gone on to become an international phenomenon.
My name is Nafisa. I am 9.5. I'm learning the big tam-tam and I play with the Fanta kids with my brother and sister.
I am Asia. I will be 13 soon, and this is my 4th year with Fanta Kids.
This is Yahya Shua. He is 14 and he's been in the group for 4 years.
This is Othman, a good friend of mine. We've been playing together in the Fanta Kids for 4 years.
Yahya is half Moroccan, half Belgian. There is also little Simon, half Guinean and half Dutch. And then there are Moroccans.
There are Moroccans and Pakistanis.
All together. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The Fanfare Kids is a project where we are working with children from this area in Molenbeek between 9 and 12 or 14 years old. They all play on drums, which we are making here in this workshop.
The two composers are Joe Zenders and myself. Joe composed the music before I joined. Now I'm here and I've written a few new pieces. We compose instinctively and are not influenced by any particular music.
We always try to make original music. We are never going to copy some styles like we play African music or we play Brazilian samba. We are always trying to make our own music, which is shared between the people who are participating in the project.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The project is in fact a collaboration between a cultural organization and a social organization. Bart is like the social cement for the project, who has the contacts with the parents, with the children.
In the media, kids in Brussels are often linked to crime, street gangs and drugs. We want to show that most of them do have talent.
Belgians are afraid of Molenbeek. They refuse to go there. Oh no, not Molenbeek, they say, because they're afraid.
Many kids are confined to the district. They only have friends from their own community. 99% of the kids in school in Molenbeek are from immigrant families.
In projects like facet, we break the walls around groups of people. So a young Flemish girl can meet a Moroccan boy from another part of Brussels, which is a completely other world for both of them.
When there is mixing, there is no racism.
During the course of the project, there are a lot of opportunities on the way for the children. They traveled abroad, they played with some known artists, and by this their view of the world became much larger.
We perform all over, Belgium, Holland, France and Luxembourg. We love playing at the AB Theatre. It's a large and well-known venue in Belgium.
Sometimes we play on a stage in front of an audience. Other times we play among the spectators. The audience is all around.
In 2006, they went on 3 trips, firstly to Africa, then to Switzerland, and finally to Morocco.
We did an exchange with Ghana, so after we went there, some came back here to us. We played again together here in Belgium, which was new for them. Mixtures help us discover other cultures and people different from us.
I think that by those projects we always sow like a seed for the future, that people can understand each other better and have more respect for the people who are different.
The Fan for Kids is actually for kids, and we have really become too old.
When you're older, it's easier.
We still stay as we are, friends. Otherwise, we will not see each other anymore.
I hope with all my heart that the Fan for Kids never split up and stay together forever.
Well, that's it for Artsworld this week. From Accra, Ghana, it's me, Black Coffee. Thank you for watching. 90 year, or in other words, take care.